In the world of MMA, stories of grit are common.
SharaBullet. SharaBullet does it again with the walk-off KO.
It's one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
But few match the legend of SharaBullet Magomedov. Born in Dagestan and fighting with only one eye, he turned what should have been a career-ending setback into the fuel for an unstoppable rise.
One eye. He's a savage, though.
He's fucking
Are we
good,
talking
dude.
about the Russian dude?
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's scary looking dude too, man.
Explosive, fearless, and unforgettable, SharaBullet isn't just another fighter. He's proof that willpower can rewrite destiny.
He's a bad boy. He's tough. His first fight in the UFC. I don't know how he's from Dagestan and has zero takedown defense, but other than that, he looked incredible.
This is the journey of the one-eyed warrior. SharaBullet Magomedov's journey begins in Dagestan, 1994, a region known for producing warriors.
How crazy has it been watching all these dudes from Dagestan
Oh my God.
invade MMA
I knew it.
and dominate?
But his path was anything but ordinary. At a young age, tragedy struck when he lost sight in one eye. For most, that would have ended any hope of a fighting career. For SharaBullet, it became his greatest motivator. Instead of accepting limitations, he turned his focus to training with relentless intensity. Martial arts became both therapy and battlefield, a place where he proved he was not broken, but reborn. While others doubted his chances, he sharpened his striking, conditioned his body, and forged a mindset built on defiance. Every kick, every punch, every hour on the mat was a statement. Nothing would stop him. Growing up in a land where toughness is tradition, SharaBullet carved his own unique legacy. He wasn't the wrestler Dagestan was famous for. He was the outlier, the one who dared to pursue striking with a fearless, almost reckless devotion. From the start, his life was less about survival and more about rewriting the rules. Against every odd stacked against him, SharaBullet Magomedov refused to be defined by disability. He defined himself by fire, focus, and unbreakable resolve. Inside the cage, SharaBullet earned the name SharaBullet for a reason. He fights like a weapon, unleashed, fast, precise, and devastating. His arsenal is pure chaos for opponents, spinning back kicks that land with brutal accuracy, flying knees that ignite arenas, and leg kicks heavy enough to break rhythm and will. Yet it isn't just about power, it's about style, an unapologetically flashy, forward-marching style that forces fans to the edge of their seats. Unlike Dagestan's wrestling dynasties, he became the striking spectacle, a rare breed blending artistry and violence. His knockouts aren't just finishes, they're highlights replayed across MMA social feeds worldwide. Beyond technique, his aura carries weight. Fans rally behind him not only for the destruction he delivers, but for what he represents. Perseverance against impossible odds, fighting with impaired vision. Every exchange is riskier, every victory more defiant. Still, SharaBullet never fights cautiously. He thrives in chaos, his pressure suffocating, and his movements unpredictable. Each bout reinforces his cult status as the one-eyed warrior who fights like he has nothing to lose. In truth, he fights as though he already won the biggest battle, conquering doubt before ever stepping into the cage. Before UFC lights ever hit his face, SharaBullet was already a phenomenon in Russia's MMA scene. He cut through regional promotions with the ferocity of a storm, stacking an undefeated record that made skeptics rethink their doubts. Each fight ended the same way. Opponents overwhelmed by a mix of speed, precision, and relentless aggression. Knockouts weren't just victories, they were spectacles. Clips of his spinning attacks and thunderous finishes spread rapidly online, building his reputation beyond borders. Fans who had never watched Russian cards suddenly knew the name SharaBullet. He wasn't just a fighter, he was viral chaos wrapped in a fighter's body. What fueled his momentum wasn't hype manufactured by promoters, but genuine awe from those who witnessed his fights. The story of a man defying blindness to dominate cage after cage gave his highlights an extra edge. Each kick, each punch became more than violence. It was proof of resilience. By the time the UFC came calling, his reputation was already established. He wasn't just entering the big stage, he was carrying a cult following that demanded global recognition. His rise before the UFC wasn't quiet. It was loud, spectacular, and impossible to ignore, foreshadowing the legend he was about to become. When SharaBullet Magomedov finally stepped onto the UFC stage in October 2023 at UFC 294, the anticipation was electric. Fighting in Abu Dhabi, he faced the dangerous Bruno Silva in a bout that would test whether the hype was real or just regional legend. From the opening bell, SharaBullet showcased his trademark ferocity, explosive kicks, spinning attacks, and forward pressure that kept Silva guessing. Yet this wasn't just a highlight reel performance. It was a war, a true test of grit. Silva absorbed the chaos and fired back, but Magomedov proved more than just flashy offense. He showed endurance, composure, and a refusal to break. The fight went to decision, but the victory belonged to SharaBullet in every sense. More importantly, the world took notice. His debut wasn't a knockout, yet his style and backstory captured fans immediately. Clips spread across social media, showing the world the one-eyed warrior who fought with fearless abandon. Overnight, SharaBullet became more than a debutante. He became a sensation. His arrival signaled not just another Dagestani fighter entering the UFC, but a new type of Dagestani fighter. A striker built for highlights, excitement, and unforgettable chaos. UFC 294 was the beginning of something seismic. After UFC 294, SharaBullet's career didn't slow down, it accelerated. Each outing in 2024 and 2025 added new layers to his growing legend. Initially dismissed as a flashy striker,
He might get stopped on the feet here. That will do it. Down goes shockingly.
he silenced critics by proving he was more than spectacle. Against durable opponents, he displayed toughness, absorbing damage yet pressing forward. Against grapplers, he showed discipline, defending takedowns and forcing battles back into striking territory. With every win, he extended his undefeated streak, climbing the middleweight rankings one step at a time.
That's the end of the contest. We'll go to the judges' scorecards.
Still undefeated, SharaBullet.
Fans marveled not only at his highlight moments, spinning kicks, knees from nowhere, but at his sheer resilience. Fighting with impaired vision makes every exchange riskier, yet he thrived under fire. What stood out most was his refusal to coast. Every fight was a show, a chance to entertain, a chance to etch another clip into MMA history. Analysts began to shift their view, recognizing SharaBullet not just as a viral fighter, but as a legitimate contender. His performances became must-watch events, and his fan base grew beyond Dagestan, stretching across continents.
Magomedov, and now a body kick for SharaBullet. Oh my gosh! The UFC, 2 shots in every can.
Okay, look at this.
Block.
Oh my goodness! I've never seen anything like it.
With each victory, SharaBullet proved he wasn't just surviving in the UFC, he was carving his way toward the top, making believers out of everyone watching.
SharaBullet Magomedov.
Today, SharaBullet Magomedov stands as more than just a fighter, he's a living symbol of perseverance and spectacle. In a sport that thrives on stories, his is unmatched. A one-eyed warrior who refuses to acknowledge limits, delivering violence wrapped in artistry. Already, fans speak of him as a future title challenger, a man destined to bring chaos to the middleweight elite. His cult hero status is undeniable. Highlight clips trend within hours, and his legend grows with every victory. Yet what makes him extraordinary isn't just the violence he unleashes, it's the inspiration he embodies. He represents a new generation of Dagestani fighters, one not defined solely by suffocating wrestling, but by striking brilliance and fearless showmanship. His rise redefines expectations, proving that even in a region known for dominance, innovation has its place. SharaBullet's legacy is still being written, but its foundation is clear: toughness, defiance, and a relentless pursuit of greatness. He is not just fighting opponents, he's fighting doubt, disability, and every boundary set before him. In that battle, he's already victorious. The question now isn't whether SharaBullet will be a champion, it's how soon the belt will find its way to the one-eyed warrior's hands. As SharaBullet climbs higher, the path only grows harsher. The UFC's middleweight division is stacked with killers, wrestlers who want to test his takedown defense, veterans with iron chins, and strikers who refuse to back down. SharaBullet's biggest challenge isn't just opponents, it's adapting his style for 5-round wars against the elite. Fighting with impaired vision means risks are amplified, angles can be harder to read, shots tougher to anticipate. Yet that same disadvantage fuels his unpredictability. Opponents struggle to prepare for a fighter who attacks from wild ranges with spinning kicks, knees, and combinations few dare to throw. Already, analysts speculate on potential clashes: the grind of a wrestling heavy contender, the precision of a top-tier striker, or the chaos of a firefight with another knockout artist. Each test will demand more than highlight reel offense. It will require championship-level composure. What sets SharaBullet apart, though, is his ability to embrace pressure rather than avoid it. He thrives on the big stage, in front of cameras, where expectations are highest. The middleweight gauntlet is brutal, but for SharaBullet, it's not just a climb. It's the proving ground that could transform him from cult icon into a true contender for UFC gold. Don't miss the ride, SharaBullet Magomedov, the one-eyed warrior rewriting MMA history with every fight. His story is only beginning, and the best is yet to come. Stay locked in for every highlight, every knockout, and every step toward UFC gold. Hit subscribe now and be part of the journey.